two are going to go over how to create an intent from start to finish. So we're going to do that together until you guys are able to do that on your own. So firstly, I'm going to open a new tab here. We're going to need to create a new agent. So you guys should just have a create new agent. So let's go ahead and click that. We're going to give the agent a name. So I'm going to name this Lesson 1 Star Talk. And this is going to be in English. I'm going to create that agent. All right. I'm just going to pause the video right there to give you guys a quick note. So if you're having this issue where when you are creating an agent, the action gets canceled, that's because you need to go to this website. It's going to be console.cloud.google.com. And then first of all, you need to agree to the terms of service, agree and continue. So now we're just going to go to select a project in order to create a new project on Google Cloud Platform. So I'm just going to go up here and click New Project. And I'm just going to leave that name, create. Okay, so now that it's created, let's go back to our agent. I'm just going to reload the page. Call this agent Lesson 1. And then here I'm going to select this new project that I just created right here, and then create the agent. All right, so hopefully that worked for you guys, and then let's just continue with the rest of the video. So when we first create an agent, it comes with these just default intents. It's not gonna create something without anything in it. So I'm gonna hit create intent. I'm gonna give the intent a name. I'm gonna say asking name 001 and save that intent. All right. So contexts, we don't need to add them immediately. We will need to add these to have our chatbot flow and work the way we want it to, but we are going to get into that in detail in the next video. So you can work on that later on. The important thing is the training phrases. So let's add training phrases. Like we saw before, since we were making that exact intent, look at it here. Training phrases are all variations of the user wants to do lesson 1. So let's do that. I want to practice lesson 1. Lesson 1, please. All right, so we can see that this is automatically adding an entity, and we're not going to be using that right now because this is recognizing it as a number that we might want to save and use as an entity. But if we don't want to use it, I'm just going to delete that. I'm going to delete that one too. So these are just phrases. This is just what we're expecting the user to say. So what else could we say? Can we do lesson 1? I'd like to learn lesson 1. And that's a good few. When we are creating these, we want to create as many as we can. I'd recommend, honestly, like 10 is a good number, but the more the better, so that it can be as like dynamic. It can be intuitive. You can just say what you want to say. You don't have to say things in a specific wording for the chatbot to understand from the user perspective. So add some more of these. Please go ahead and add as many variations as you think that you can think of. But let's go ahead and move on to responses here. So same thing, we want to add as many variations as we can just to make the chatbot seem like a real, like you're able to have a real conversation and it's not like you're talking to a robot. So let's go ahead and say, so in this response, the chatbot wants to know what the last name is. And like I said, we are going to give you a transcript of the lesson 1, what the conversation should look like between the chatbot and the user. So you'll be able to see that the first 2 lines of the transcript will say, I want to practice lesson 1, and the chatbot will respond, what is your last name? So that is the dialogue for lesson 1. So that's why we're doing this. And following, you'll be able to use that to create the next intense. Let's go ahead and say, what is your last name? Can I have your last name? So here's a bunch of different responses, right? Like you can see, you can easily change the variation, and it just makes it flow a little better.